In today's equity index futures markets, let's take a look at the NASDAQ futures today, as the NASDAQ futures are experiencing a strong day today, up about 2.3% currently, right around the 10,595 level. Now that is a new all-time high for the NASDAQ futures and a fifth consecutive day higher for the NASDAQ futures, firmly outpacing the Dow, the S&P 500, and the Russell today, as we're seeing again the tech names coming back into favor after the long three-day weekend. It appears that there's certainly some significant buying pressure out here when you look at some of the online retailers, particularly the online selling platforms. So I think when you look at some of the driving factors today, I think we had some positive data points. We had a very strong move out of the China and Chinese markets overnight. We're seeing renewed strength there, and I think that bodes well in theory for the tech sector from a psychological standpoint, hopefully from a fundamental standpoint as well. And I think that's why we're seeing this strong move today for the NASDAQ futures. And as I mentioned, when you look at some of those areas that are benefiting the most currently, you're looking at Baidu, Amazon, the online selling platforms that are really having a strong day today. Couple that with other names that have been very strong throughout this last few weeks, if not the better part of this year. Names like Tesla continuing to push higher today, certainly helping to push the NASDAQ index higher and therefore the NASDAQ futures. And Xilinx is another one today. So again, very strong action in some of these tech names as we kick off really the first full week of trading in July. And we look at some of the trends in place. I think, as I mentioned, you're looking at the NASDAQ futures now pushing to new all-time highs, continuing to outpace some of the other major averages. And I think, again, today, when you look at the leadership, I think that's really the big driver here today. The leadership, when you look at the likes of an Amazon, Tesla going to new all-time highs, Apple basically going to new all-time highs as well. And you're seeing other names like Google, Facebook, and some of these other strong, what would be considered the FANG names, continuing to, again, show renewed strength. And all those things are manifesting themselves into this very strong trend that the NASDAQ futures have been able to attain here for the last 5 trading days.